What's going on, boys? Coming at you from Dyer again. My daughter's potty training, so this video had to come a lot later than I would hope that it could come up. I'm over at my parents' house, and they're kind of helping potty train the baby, so, pray for me. So this video is for Sophomores, Othello, Act 3, Scene 3. I just want to go over it with you guys, make sure you know what's going on. Remember, as always, in the morning at 9 o'clock, your assignment for today has been posted. It's due at midnight, so make sure that you get it done. This video, if you want to comment that you've watched it, please make sure that you do so that I know that you did it and I can give you some classwork or some participation points. And then, yeah, just watch this and hopefully you've been keeping up with the readings and whatnot. So, Othello, Act 3, Scene 3. So, this is, again, after Cassio is fired from his spot. Desdemona is kind of like with Othello and trying to calm him down and whatnot. Iago tells Cassio that he should talk to Desdemona to see how he can get, or how she can help Cassio get back into Othello's good graces. And, yeah, that was kind of the end of it. So, this is kind of like where Iago is going to plant the seeds of doubt and jealousy into Othello's into his head about Desdemona cheating on him. So we start this scene, Act 3, Scene 3, with Desdemona talking with Cassio. So he catches up with her and they're having a discussion. Desdemona tells Cassio that she's going to try to help him as much as she can, bringing up Cassio to Othello, letting him know he's a good guy and he should get his job back and whatnot. So they're having a private conversation when all of a sudden, when they're talking, Cassio sees Othello coming, and Othello sees Cassio and Desdemona talking. They see each other, and Cassio promptly leaves. Othello and Iago are walking towards Desdemona when Cassio leaves, and Iago kind of makes a side comment, one of those kind of like, what's that about kind of type of deal. He says, "Ha, I like not that," right? That's the Shakespeare's way of saying, what's going on over here, right? So Iago uses that conversation to kind of cast doubt or to cast the questioning into Othello's brain. As they're walking there, he sees Cassio, and then all of a sudden Cassio dips, and Iago's like, "Hey, what's up with that dude," right? So he's kind of throwing that seed into Othello's head about, something's up. That's not good, right? He's kind of he didn't say that they're cheating, but he kind of, insinuated it. So Desdemona immediately brings up Cassio as soon as Othello comes and talks to her. So immediately she brings up Cassio, and Othello does not want to hear it, right? He's not trying to hear about Cassio. He's not trying to hear about anything that she has to say about it. So Othello then later sees Desdemona before dinner. Okay, so they're about to get ready for a dinner, and Desdemona offers Othello, because Othello is complaining of having a headache and being upset or whatever. Desdemona hands Othello, or tries to hand Othello, a handkerchief. Now this is huge. This is probably the most important thing that goes on in this play, because this handkerchief is the start and end of this whole entire conflict. So Desdemona tries to hand Othello a handkerchief, and Othello's like, "Man, get that away from me." And it drops to the floor, okay? They then promptly Desdemona and Othello then go to dinner, and Othello and Desdemona go, and as it dropped to the floor, or after it dropped to the floor, Emilia, who is Desdemona's chambermaid, she's kind of like her servant a little bit, and remember, Emilia is married to Iago, right? And she finds the handkerchief, okay? So Emilia picks it up, and Iago demands the handkerchief. He actually demands the handkerchief because he wants to use that handkerchief to plant it into Cassio's bedroom so that Othello thinks Desdemona was in Cassio's bedroom, right? So he's really got this evil plan about how he's going to get this plan in motion by using that handkerchief. So Iago and Othello speak in that scene. Iago claims to have heard Cassio talk about Desdemona in his sleep. So Iago talks about how he hears Cassio all the time when they used to be, rooming together, or when they used to be together. He used to hear Cassio speak about Desdemona in his sleep, right? Talking about, dreaming about her, probably in a dirty way. At least that's what he's letting Othello kind of come into his head and feel. He's trying to plant that kind of like doubt, and that like him getting angry at Cassio. So then Othello said that if Desdemona were to ever cheat on him, he'd kill her, right? And Iago also says that if something like that were to happen, that Iago promises that he would kill Cassio, right? So he's kind of doubling down with Othello to try to get Othello to trust him by saying like, oh, if he does that, I'm going to kill him, right? And Othello's like, yeah, if my wife does that, I'm going to kill her. But Othello does believe in Desdemona's goodness. He does believe in her, faithfulness, at least to the point of her words. He says he needs ocular proof. He needs proof that will prove beyond a reasonable doubt that Desdemona is cheating on him. Iago knows this, and he's like, oh, don't, I'll look out. He says, if I see anything, I'll let you know. He knows this, and he knows about the handkerchief, and he knows that that Othello wants ocular proof, and Iago in his head is like, ocular proof? I'll give you ocular proof. And he goes and gets the handkerchief. So this is a huge, I would say probably the most important scene in Othello. So hopefully it is a little bit longer. Hopefully you guys tried your best with reading it. But again, if you need help or anything like that, please look at the translations online. Watch these videos. You can shoot me an email at any point. Just try your best, okay? Don't give me any excuses. Just do your best, all right? I want your work. I want you to give me the best that you can do, all right? I'm not looking for internet answers. I'm not looking for what your buddy says. I'm looking for what you say, all right? So try your best. Effort is everything. I'm out.